If you want to set each day up for success, tame the chaos before it starts, and just have an all around good day, then you need to create a morning routine. I know the prevailing thought is to schedule every minute of your day. If you want to get it all done, then every minute should be scheduled, or the opposite is pushed. Never schedule, just be free and spontaneous. So, both of these extremes don't work well. The best thing you can do to find balance in the force is to create a morning routine. Hey, mom. So, welcome to the Life Unboxed podcast, where we talk about all things momtrepreneur, from raising your kids to running a business, and the most important, keeping your sanity. I am Jodie the mom, a successful virtual assistant and homeschool mom of six for almost 10 years now. My goal is to give you as much help as possible so you can confidently start a business and homeschool your kids, all on your terms. So be sure to visit lifeunboxed.blog for all the tools you need in your mom bag to work and homeschool. Remember, you can support the show with coffee, my favorite. Visit Ko-fi, that's ko-fi.com/Life Unboxed blog, and you can buy this some coffee. So now let's get into this week's topic. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I scheduled my day. I used to follow the conventional wisdom when it comes to setting goals and scheduling my day. All the experts say this was the only way to get things done. So, of course, it must work, right? The problem with what the experts were saying is kids weren't really considered in any of these systems. Time blocking, deep work, or some other system never consider kids in the picture. Yes, they sound great. And if I actually had the time, I could get things done. But this isn't my life. I need a flexible routine that will bend to rides, and fire extinguisher involved science experiments. The normal mom stuff. So, what's a mom to do when the gurus can't get it right? Well, let's first start with explaining what exactly is a routine. And the answer uh, is a customary or regular course of procedure, a constantly repeated formula. And that is exactly what you want to do. If you want to crush time management for moms that work from home, then creating routines is the secret sauce. You want to create repeated formulas that happen throughout your day. The best part is routines can happen anytime during the day. They don't need a set time. Of course, we are specifically talking about morning routines, so those will only happen, in the morning. So ask yourself, what do you want to happen in the morning? Are there things that your kids should be able to do on their own? If you establish a routine, then your kids will get into the habit of it and will start doing it without prompting from you. So you don't have to nag. You get to stop hearing your own voice saying the same things over and over and over again. So now let's talk the benefits of creating a routine. Because if we're going to upend our schedules and how we've always done a thing, for better or worse, then there better be some serious benefits. So here are all the amazing benefits of creating a morning routine. Number one, you don't need to micromanage your kids. Some days, the hardest part of parenting is listening to your own voice say the same thing again and again. Creating a morning routine sets your day on autopilot so your kids know what to do and you keep your sanity, which really, that is the most important thing you need to do right now. Number two, It sets your day up for success. Yes, you always need to fill in the details of what you will do in the day, but a morning routine takes the guesswork out of when a thing will get done. It starts your day with calm instead of chaos. And number three, creates habits and frees up brain space. So, habits are amazing things because once they are established, you do them without thinking. This frees up brain space, and you just do this habit without thinking about it. So, now that we have the benefits well established, let's talk about how to create a morning routine. And they aren't difficult to create. You probably already have certain routines established without really thinking about it. But we are really talking about being intentional about the morning routine you create. And remember, this isn't a rigid schedule, but a flexible formula that you can implement during the morning. Homeschool is about freedom. So, what works for you and your family? For us, we get up at the same time every morning, but this isn't a prerequisite. Your routine should be flexible enough to start whenever you get up. Now, let's create a morning routine. Number one, you're going to create two routines. Don't be overwhelmed. It'll work because you want to create a morning routine for yourself and for your kids. Yes, there will be overlap between the two, but you will have things to do that are just for you. So you want to make sure you have kind of these two side by side flowing routines. Do you want to get up before your kids? What are you going to do during this time? Is this quiet time, writing time, or work time? For your kids, what should they do first? Do you want them to make their beds, get dressed? You know, that's this is optional in our house. PJs are fine for school. You know, do you want them to eat breakfast right away? Do read alouds. What do you want them to do in the morning? That's where you need to start. Ask yourself these questions. Number two, set your expectations. In order for a morning routine to work well, everyone needs to understand what is expected. Everyone needs to be clear on what the routine is. And depending on the age, you can use a picture chart. I don't know if my teenagers would get into that one at this point, or just explain to them what needs to happen every morning. So set your expectations, adjust, and watch everyone flourish. It is amazing what can be accomplished when expectations are crystal clear. Number three, give yourself time to implement it. Anything you do is going to take time. And I know we all want quick wins and successes. It I am the same way. But be patient with yourself and your kids. If something isn't working, then change it. Create a flexible morning routine that works for you and your family. And implementing this will depend on the age of your kids, how motivated they are to learn, and if they want to test you. Sweet little angels. Okay, so here is our sample routine, and this is just to get your juices flowing. This is not prescriptive because we are all unique. So you may not want to wake up at 5 a.m. So for me, I wake up at 5 a.m. So I'm up before the kids. Now, this wake up time is flexible. I may hit snooze every now and again, but if I've been up since 4 in the morning, I'm usually out of bed. During this time, I work on my blog and I have a to do list of what to get done in this time period. So I've reached the point where I know how much work I can accomplish because I give myself from like about 5 to 6. So I know how much I can accomplish during this time. Then I start on client work, and I usually do this for an hour and a half. The kids get up, and they usually get up about 8, and then mom does her workout routine and gets ready for the day. After that, I get breakfast, and then I continue my client work. So for the kids, they wake up at 8 a.m., they make beds, eat breakfast, brush teeth, all that fun stuff, start on schoolwork, and everyone starts independently from the first grader to the 12th grader. They all know what to do and are expected to self-start. So the first grader does get some help from his big sister. So we'll just throw that in there. But the kids can do their schoolwork in whatever order they want. And the most important thing is they don't need me to get them started. They all have a list or a schedule of what needs to get done each day. So expectations are very clear. And because I use um, open the box curriculum, because it's just, I have found using out of open the box curriculum, open and go curriculum, and piecing it together just for the sake of my time. It's better, especially because there's 6 of them. It's better for me to just use the open and go curriculum. So the schedules are all laid out for them. And then the kids work on schoolwork until it is finished. Creating a morning routine doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be a set of repeated actions. And once your kids understand the expectations, they will take off. Remember, the purpose of routines is to create a flexible framework that still allows you to get stuff done. The benefit of establishing a morning routine is your kids know what to do and you keep your sanity. And they will know what to do without needing constant reminders. If you are ready to drop schedules and create a routine, then check out my mini course, Routine versus Schedule, and I will leave the link in the description below. And it's a deep dive into how to create a routine. Mom, I am so glad you joined me today. If you want to help spread the word, be sure to like this video. That's how we make sacrifices to the algorithm gods, and subscribe to the channel. You can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember to check out the Life Unboxed store for all of your Mom Boss merch, and you can support the show with coffee. Visit Ko-fi, that's ko-fi.com/Life Unboxed blog to buy this tired mama a cup of joe. And for more great momtrepreneur content, follow Life Unboxed blog on social media or check out lifeunboxed.blog. And be sure to share the podcast and video with your friends. And I will see you in the next show.